Good morning, teacher. My name is Isabel Zuñiga Prado. The topic I chose for this final project is globalization. First of all, globalization is present in our lives, and since then we have normalized its use. Now, by simply making a click, we can request a product that is sold elsewhere in the world and obtain it at the door of our house. It is that simple, and this has been happening since the digital age began back in the 90s. I remember that I worked in a tourist hotel. Back then we used bills by hand. We have to make deposit in the same bag to pay for electricity and water. Now with apps we have an infinite numbers of possibilities at our fingertips. Now people don't go to agencies anymore. In this topic, we will look at globalization's types, effects, and benefits in our lives, and finally, conclusions. The globalizations. It is characterized by a progressive integration and interaction between countries, people, and institutions through the economic, social, cultural process. Types of globalization. 1. Economic globalization. It refers to the integration of national economies and the free flow of capital. 2. Cultural globalization refers to the exchange of traditions and values carried out by different countries. 3. Political globalization. It refers to the process of implementing common political norms of global scope. And finally, technological globalization. The use of the different technological sources is now all over the world and it is easy to access them. Thanks to globalization, I can say that work is done faster, sales are faster, therefore transactions have increased in the labor market in the tourist sector. We could mention that globalization has generated fewer trade barriers. The use of email favors us a lot, especially to shorten distance and deliver immediately information. It is no longer necessary to print a letter and send it to its destination, so I could say that globalization has produced great advances in transportation. And if we talk about the digital platforms that about today is such as Mercado Libre, Linio, Facebook, Marketplace, they are all useful precisely. I could order an exquisite hamburger with fries right now, and I could only be pressing a click from my cell phone to order now. From this point of view, I can say that globalization has favored business in sales, has promoted tourism, and in some way contributes to economic reactivation. Social networks allow us to connect with our relatives who live in another countries. Before it was too expensive to make calls abroad. The rates were really high, and we were limited to simple calling on Christmas or very important dates, or to save money we use phone cards. Nowadays, we have other media such as WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and another advantage is the use of the YouTube where you find countless tutorials. You can find music on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play Music, And we could say that globalization has caused great development of information and communication technologies. Negative effects of globalization. But here comes the negative of globalization. The causes of bulimia and anorexia nervosa, cutting, cyberbullying have increased, and increasingly adolescents and the general public find information on the websites about this practice, and perhaps influenced by this media have learning and misused the internet precisely during the pandemic season. Cases of gambling addictions or cyber games have increased. We could say that Facebook has caused a lack of family communication. For example, 2 years ago in Thailand, a teenager addicted to video games died from a stroke after playing for many nights without a break. Nowadays, we say that the cosmetic surgery market has an increase. Teenagers, men and women, undergo aesthetic expression in the desire to find the perfect body. We might think that globalization has generated a negative impact, causing some disorders associated with body imaging and the abuse of unbalanced diets that cause malnutrition. I will explain the conclusions. Personally, globalization has benefited me. It is an advantage to study the virtual modality. I can take classes from the comfort of my home. I have the opportunity to review my video classes. I can receive feedback from my teachers. Schedules are flexible. I can participate in classes. It has been necessary to have digital skills for the presentation of assignments, infographics, PowerPoint, etc. Regarding education, to carry out a specialization, it is no longer necessary to be in another part of the world. With globalization, this becomes possible. You can continue doing your routine tasks without asking permission at work. You can schedule a space within your routine to take this type of classes from home. You can also interact with professionals from another countries. For example, if you have to make a presentation, you no longer have to travel to another country with the costs that this presents. In this way, you shorten distances and expand knowledge. Only with technological perspective, we could say that we marketing online business courses has increased. Now I can empathize that globalization benefits many countries, but it also requires us in some way to learn the English language at a higher advantage level, that it is not enough just to speak one language. Advantages and disadvantages. Advantages: improve living standards. It has allowed people to have the possibility to buy products from other parts of the world at competitive prices. Globalization has boosted incomes and increased the availability of employment. Quick access to modern technology. This allows companies to improve their productions, transportations, and communication processes within the markets in which they compete. Access to information. The digital age has facilitated access to information, although it also presents challenges related to the quality and veracity of data. Disadvantages: loss of privacy. The information that people share in some of these technological innovations, such as social media, becomes public. The use of artificial intelligence systems brings certain risks such as leakage of personal data that can compromise people's well-being. Globalization has brought about significant changes in cultural identity by encouraging the mixing of cultures, the loss of tradition, and cultural harmonization. While this can be enriching in many ways, it also poses challenges for the preservation and appreciation of cultural diversity. Possible solutions. To reinforce our cultural identity, it is essential to know where we come from as a person to value who we are. It is a fundamental key to preserving the cultural identity of a people. Likewise, to work on cultural identity in education, where students know the history of dances, the reason of traditional festivals, and live them as moments of joy and devotion of the community and feel honored to receive such an important heritage. On the other hand, artificial intelligence is a technology that is revolutionizing all areas of our lives. From home to work, artificial intelligence is present in our lives in increasingly innovative ways. However, it is important to know that artificial intelligence is a tool as such. It can be used for good or evil. Therefore, it is essential that we learn to use it responsibly and ethically. Thanks for your attention.